Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. It's spreading through every corner of the NFL rumor mill right now. And Steelers Nation is absolutely buzzing. Word on the street is that JAKOBI MEYERS, the man famously dubbed Mr. Third Down, is packing his bags and heading to Pittsburgh. Yeah, you heard that right. The Steelers, those black and gold grinders from the Steel City, might have just pulled off one of the most calculated offensive moves of the season. This isn't just another wide receiver pickup. This is a statement of intent. MEYERS, known for his crisp route running, clutch hands, and ice-in-the-veins composure on key downs, could be the missing puzzle piece Mike Tomlin has been hunting for. The guy has been consistent everywhere he's played, but imagine him in that tough Pittsburgh system, under the lights with those terrible towels waving. It's a perfect fit on paper, but let's be real, this feels like more than just roster business. It's cultural, it's emotional, it's identity-defining. If this deal is finalized, it could reshape the way the Steelers attack third downs, the most crucial moments in any drive. And fans? They're already daydreaming about those clutch conversions and that, here we go, Steelers, roar echoing across Acrisure Stadium. Steelers insiders are whispering that this move didn't just come out of nowhere. It's been brewing quietly behind closed doors, a plan carefully crafted by the front office to boost an offense that's been missing a dependable chain mover since the prime Juju Smith-Schuster days. JAKOBI MEYERS isn't flashy. He's not the kind of receiver who demands constant highlight reels, but that's what makes him dangerous. He's reliable. He's surgical. He's that guy you call on when it's 3rd and 7 and the drive's on the line. The Steelers, for all their defensive toughness and gritty identity, have been starving for exactly that type of presence. Pickett needs a security blanket, and MEYERS is as close to that as it gets in today's NFL. What's more intriguing is how seamlessly he could blend with George Pickens, creating a 1-2 punch of swagger and precision. Imagine MEYERS running crisp slants and curls underneath, while Pickens stretches defenses vertically. It's chess, not checkers, and Pittsburgh's front office might have just made the smartest move of the season, even if it's still wrapped in rumor and speculation. Now, the whispers around the league offices suggest that MEYERS himself was intrigued by Pittsburgh's reputation, not just the football, but the culture. The Steelers represent toughness, accountability, and legacy. And for a player like JAKOBI, who's always been about effort over ego, that fits like a glove. Sources close to the players say he's been looking for a place where his quiet leadership and consistent play could actually be appreciated. Vegas was fun while it lasted, sure, but the Raiders are in flux. Pittsburgh, it's stability, it's structure. It's a city that worships effort as much as talent. If this rumor turns out to be true, MEYERS won't just be joining a team. He'll be embracing a brotherhood. The Steelers' offense could finally start looking balanced again, with MEYERS turning those gritty third downs into sustained drives, giving Najee Harris room to breathe and opening up play action for Pickett to shine. It's not official yet, but the energy in the air feels electric, like something big is about to drop. Some folks around the AFC North are already groaning, wondering how this changes the power dynamic in the division. The Bengals, Ravens, and Browns have been licking their chops watching the Steelers' offense sputter. But if MEYERS really signs on, that narrative might flip fast. Because what JAKOBI brings isn't just stats, it's rhythm. The Steelers' playbook could suddenly open up in ways it hasn't in years. Offensive coordinator whispers hint at more short-yardage creativity, more trust in timing routes, and, crucially, more control on possession downs. Remember, Pittsburgh's defense has always kept them in games. What they've lacked is offensive fluidity. MEYERS might not be a superstar name, but football purists know how valuable a reliable third-down target can be. This could mean more first downs, more long drives, and less punting away momentum. For a team that lives on grit, JAKOBI MEYERS feels like the most Pittsburgh move imaginable. Understated, disciplined, and deadly efficient. Behind the scenes, analysts and former players are split. Some are saying this is genius, a classic Steelers-style acquisition, Not flashy, just effective. Others are raising eyebrows, wondering how Meyers' skill set will mesh with the young quarterback's arm. But let's not forget, Pickett thrives on timing and quick reads, and that's Meyers' bread and butter. If you're thinking about chemistry, think about Tom Brady's old connection with slot receivers like Edelman. That same rhythm, that same trust. Meyers could be that guy for Pickett, helping him evolve into the next steady franchise quarterback the Steelers have been desperately hoping for. Sure, there'll be an adjustment period, but imagine those freezing Pittsburgh Sundays. Fourth quarter, tight game, crowd roaring, and Meyers converting that crucial 3rd and 8 to keep the drive alive. That's the stuff legends are made of. It might not trend on TikTok, but it wins football games. And then there's the emotional side of it all. Steelers fans have been aching for a spark, something to believe in offensively. They've watched the defense carry this team for seasons now, waiting for the offense to match the heart and grit that defines Pittsburgh football. JAKOBI Meyers could be that spark. His story, undrafted, overlooked, and yet always stepping up, mirrors the city's identity. Blue-collar, underdog, resilient. This rumor, if it turns into reality, won't just excite fans. It'll restore a sense of belief. Imagine Tomlin walking into that locker room, looking Meyers in the eye, and saying, "Welcome to Pittsburgh. Time to work." It's poetic. It's gritty. It's pure Steelers football. Whether the deal's done or still brewing, one thing's for sure. The buzz isn't dying down anytime soon. Pittsburgh might have just found its new clutch hero. As the story continues to develop, insiders are doubling down on the possibility that this isn't smoke, it's fire. The Steelers have reportedly been in deep discussions with Meyers' camp for several weeks. And though official confirmation hasn't hit the airwaves, too many breadcrumbs line up for it to be coincidence. The timing makes sense. Pittsburgh's bye week is approaching, a perfect window to integrate a new offensive weapon into the system. The chemistry between Meyers and offensive assistant coaches, some of whom worked with him in New England, could make the transition even smoother. And think about this. The Steelers have always thrived on players who buy into the grind, and Meyers is cut from that exact cloth. He's a worker, not a diva. He's the guy who stays late, watches tape, perfects routes. That's Pittsburgh DNA right there. And if he really lands in black and gold, it could mark a quiet revolution in how this team approaches offensive consistency. Every rumor feels a little louder now. Every insider tweet a little more confident. Something's happening, and it feels big. Fans, of course, are running wild with speculation. Social media is flooded with photoshopped images of Meyers in a Steelers jersey, tweets tagging the team account with "Make It Happen," and podcasts debating what number he'd wear. That's how real it's starting to feel. Even some Raiders fans are reluctantly admitting that this might be the best move for JAKOBI's career. The Steelers' offense has been stagnant, yes, but it's not without potential. Insert Meyers into that equation, and suddenly there's balance. There's control. There's a veteran presence who knows how to find soft spots in coverage. Meyers doesn't need 10 targets a game to impact the outcome. He just needs those key moments. When it's 3rd and 5 in the fourth quarter, that's when he shines. And Steelers fans? They live for that. They crave that kind of grit and precision. This potential signing has gone from rumor to rallying cry, and the black and gold faithful can practically hear the echo of "Mr. Third Down" chants reverberating through the stadium. Meanwhile, around the league, rival teams are quietly nervous. Not because JAKOBI Meyers is a superstar, but because he's the type of player who changes outcomes without changing headlines. Think about it. How many times have the Steelers won ugly, grinding out games through sheer willpower? Add a guy like Meyers, and those ugly wins start looking strategic. That's the scariest part. A disciplined possession receiver in a disciplined franchise, that's lethal. Analysts are already pulling clips of his clutch catches in New England and Vegas, showing how often he bailed out quarterbacks on broken plays. Combine that with Pittsburgh's run-heavy identity and defensive dominance, and you have a team that suddenly becomes a lot harder to beat in tight contests. The AFC North is brutal, built on physicality and composure, and Meyers fits right in. No flash, no drama, just production. It's like the football gods reached down and said, "Yeah, he belongs in Pittsburgh." If this move goes through, It's also a statement about how much faith the Steelers still have in Kenny Pickett. They're not looking to replace him. They're looking to equip him. JAKOBI Meyers would give Pickett the safety net he's been missing since entering the league. A guy who knows how to get open, who understands leverage, who can bail out his quarterback when the play collapses. That's invaluable. Too often last season, Pickett had to force throws or rely on contested catches for Pickens. With Meyers in the mix, the offense could finally find rhythm, allowing Pickett to grow naturally into that steady, confident leader the franchise envisions. The front office knows that a quarterback's best friend isn't a flashy deep threat. It's a dependable target who moves the chains. That's JAKOBI's game. That's his legacy. And that's why this rumor is catching so much fire in Pittsburgh circles right now. The emotional connection can't be ignored either. Steelers football isn't about glamour. It's about grit. It's about players who embody the spirit of the city. JAKOBI Meyers' story mirrors that perfectly. Undrafted, unassuming, but always over-delivering. That's why fans are embracing this rumor with open arms. They see a little bit of old-school Pittsburgh in him. The type of player who doesn't talk much, but lets his performance speak. In a league obsessed with flash and social media presence, Meyers is refreshingly old-fashioned. If he ends up wearing that black and gold, the fans will love him instantly because he represents what they stand for: toughness, humility, and heart. It's rare to find a player who feels like he already belongs before he even signs the paper, but Meyers gives off that energy. This isn't just a football move, it's a vibe shift, a culture fit that feels meant to be. And maybe that's why this rumor refuses to die down. Every hour, another source adds a new piece to the puzzle, another clue suggesting that the deal's close. Maybe it's already done, and they're just waiting for the right moment to announce it. Maybe it's still being negotiated quietly. Either way, the momentum feels unstoppable. Pittsburgh's front office knows the importance of timing, both on the field and off, and dropping news like this just before the second half of the season could ignite the locker room. Imagine the scene. Tomlin standing at the podium, calm as ever, dropping the words, "We've added a new piece to the family, JAKOBI Meyers." You can already picture the grin, the excitement, the fans losing their minds. Because in Pittsburgh, football isn't just a sport. It's identity, it's culture, it's tradition. And if Mr. Third Down really walks into that locker room, you can bet every inch of the Steel City will feel that seismic shift. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The buzz hasn't cooled down one bit. In fact, it's only getting louder. Local Pittsburgh radio shows are practically on fire. Callers flooding in to talk about how Meyers could change everything for the Steelers offense. Some fans are already comparing this potential move to when the team landed Jerome Bettis back in the day. Not the same position, sure, but the same kind of impact. A quiet acquisition that turns into something legendary. The energy around the city feels different, like the start of something big. You can almost picture Meyers stepping onto that chilly Pittsburgh practice field, helmet tucked under his arm, meeting Pickett for the first time. There's that handshake, that mutual respect between two guys who know they've got something to prove. And make no mistake, this would be a prove-it moment for both of them. Meyers wanting to show he's still that clutch, dependable playmaker, and Pickett eager to silence the doubters and show he can lead this offense. It's a story waiting to be written, one that feels like classic Steelers football. No shortcuts, just hard work and results. Of course, not everyone's convinced yet. There are skeptics who say Meyers isn't the kind of signing that moves the needle. They argue that Pittsburgh needs a deep threat, a burner, not another possession receiver. But that's missing the point entirely. The Steelers don't need flash. They need function. They need reliability. They need that guy who keeps drives alive and gives the defense a chance to rest. Meyers offers exactly that. And in a division built on physical play and small margins, that kind of consistency is gold. Besides, if you've watched Pittsburgh football long enough, you know the Steelers have a way of turning underappreciated players into stars. Think about Hines Ward. Not the biggest, not the fastest, but one of the most respected and clutch receivers of his era. Meyers carries that same DNA. He's that grinder, that technician, the player who earns your respect every Sunday. If this deal really happens, it won't be about headlines. It'll be about heart. And maybe that's the real reason this rumor feels so alive. It's not just about a player changing teams. It's about the Steelers finding their soul again. The city's been craving that connection, that sense of purpose on offense, and JAKOBI Meyers embodies it. He's not walking in to be a savior or a superstar. He's coming to be part of something bigger. That's what makes this story resonate with the fans. It's not glitz, it's grind. The Steelers have built a legacy on players like this. And if Mr. Third Down really dons that black and gold jersey, it'll feel like fate doing its thing once more. So maybe it's still a rumor, maybe it's still in the works, but one thing's certain, Pittsburgh can already feel it. The buzz, the belief, the spark. It's more than just talk now. It's a heartbeat, steady, strong, and ready for Sunday. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.